Hello, we're here at SuperReturn Berlin 2013 and I'm talking with Seymur Tari, the founder of Turkven. Seymur, good morning.
Hey Mark.
Seymur, you've been around in the Turkish private equity industry for quite a while now. How's the industry developing? I'm thinking of number of deals, volume, exits even. What's going on in the market?
The market really started in 2002 period, and we started with a few deals per year. This year there have been north of 50 deals in the market across size segments. So we're seeing money going into companies, but the more important news is that there's also money coming out.
Right.
We have had several very profitable exits across the size range again in the last few years. We as a firm have averaged 5x over our only 5 exits so far, but some large firms have made money in Turkey as well with larger exits. So we could, I believe, start talking about a proof of concept.
Absolutely, because that's always the question in emerging markets, isn't it? You can put the money in, but can you get it out? But you're saying there actually is money coming back. Talk about flows. How much investment has been made? You talked about 50 deals. What's the volume of that, and also the volume of cash back to investors?
Currently the amount of equity, so this is not the EV, but the equity really that's coming into market, is around 1.5 billion euros a year, and it's plus minus 500 million euros. And in the future we believe that this will go up to 2.5 billion and be more spread about, on maybe 50 to 100 deals per year, which will make it a serious market.
Absolutely. Well, at 50 deals, it's already a serious market. Tell us about the makeup of those deals. Are these buyouts, growth, venture? What sorts of deals are we seeing in Turkey?
We never had the benefit of having too much leverage available. So, the wildest deals had maybe 3x leverage, 3 times EBITDA. In average, our portfolio has around 1.5 times EBITDA leverage. So you cannot really make money on leverage, and most of the deals are, sub $100 million. There will be 1 or 2 marquee deals with larger tickets, but those are the exceptions. And that's the general landscape. So it's mostly about growth and.
Right. So Seymur, we've got a growing economy with great prospects. We've got a lot of deals happening, exits also happening. That must be pulling in a lot of competition. What's going on there?
Yes, in the early days we were cocky enough to say that we need at least 3 other competitors to be top quartile, but we should have been more careful what we wished for. We now have a lot of competition.
Be careful what you wish for, yes.
Competition really comes in different sorts. You have the fly-in competitors, you have other local firms, and it's also by segment. We have found, and this will be controversial, but we have found the fly-in competition to be easy to deal with, because the local mid-market business community still likes to do business with local firms who understand the market, who have established networks. For example, we have done several retail deals, and we have over 2,500 stores across the country. We have majority positions in most of those deals. So when we talk to another retailer, we are talking as a strategic, not as a financial investor, which really opens a whole lot of opportunities. So the flying competitors who don't really have a portfolio and who are trying to do the deals with foreign investment professionals are at a disadvantage. With local firms, for a long time it was very difficult to raise money for Turkey. So apart from 2 established local firms, the others are new teams who are just trying to raise their first fund. So there has been a bit of a gap there, which gives us a cushion. So far, I mean, the prices have gone up for sure. So Turkey is not cheap. You could call it expensive by some measures, but the competition the competition around the very important deals is still quite limited in our size range. We see typically maybe 2-3 other firms bidding for the assets we're interested in, and it's typically a limited auction type of environment.
Okay. Now, Seymur, you've talked about there not being a lot of leverage available in Turkey or appropriate. So what are the routes by which you're finding it possible to add value to these businesses that you're buying in Turkey?
We're not sure if it's the market or us, but last year, for example, on a cost-weighted basis, our portfolio grew 37% top line in euro terms and 49% EBITDA growth. So, I mean, last year was a good year, but...
So that's not economic growth, that's gain in market share and gain growth in specific markets and industries you're in?
Yes, so across the portfolio, just excluding a large LBO we are in, the growth was 40% plus, top line, bottom line. And I think we have averaged over 25% over the last 10 years in top line. So it's basically all top line because the gross IRRs that we are generating are mid-30s with multiples of around 3 to 4x on the funds. And it's 80% top line driven. We unfortunately are not good enough on growing margins. We have to learn that. Fund 2 is better than Fund 1. And we also had a...
But hey, with top line growth like that, you'll be happy for the margins to stay where they are.
Yes, but we have to think about the days when that will come down. So we have to learn the other levers as well.
Now, Seymur, you closed your most recent fund quite recently, March of last year, but I think you've already invested about a third of it, which is pretty pacey. Where are you seeing, briefly, sort of opportunities now? Or you mentioned that things are getting a bit pricey in Turkey.
We have some portfolio companies which force us to dream about having more permanent capital. We own some assets we wished we would never have to sell.
Really?
And we have also tried to increase our stake in some of our existing companies, portfolio companies. We have done a lot of retail deals and we have very healthy deal flow there. We have the largest K-12 education company in the country, which is growing by leaps and bounds.
Right.
We are invested in healthcare, so we are trying to find as many products as we can to serve the rising consumer in Turkey, which has no debt.
Seymur, it's a great story. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.